Welcome, bros and Brucefiends. My name's Albrecht von Stollen, and today I'm gonna be talking about the war in Ukraine. Specifically, I want to talk about those who aren't helping as opposed to those who are. Before this gets grading, let's go! The masculinity video will be done either later this week or next week. That is still in production. I decided to do this first as it's a more pressing topic. Looking at both this war and how a lot of people are virtue signaling about helping the Ukrainians without actually helping the Ukrainians, I do think that we're all sick of it. But something had changed. I found two cases of people helping out the Ukrainian people during this war. People have been virtue signaling as of late, ranging from dumping all the vodka that they've bought already because vodka equals Russian, to canceling every Russian in this war, to changing the name of Kiev to Kiev, among other stupid things. Why? This ranges from people thinking that they're helping when they're not, to clout chasing on social media. The latter is especially true on TikTok.com. All they've been doing is waste everyone's time and resources when those could have been used in doing more productive things. This virtue signaling has already been complained about by other people here on YouTube, so I won't talk about them here. Instead, I'll put the links of those videos in the description below. Instead of me complaining about this virtue signaling, I'm gonna be talking about those who decided to help out the people of Ukraine instead. First, I'm going to talk about how the Sikhs of Warsaw in neighboring Poland decided to open their Gurdwara to the Ukrainian refugees. This came from an Indian journalist by the name of Ankita Jain on Twitter.com. I'll link her tweet in the description below, as it also has a hotline that helps Ukrainian refugees. So, what's a Gurdwara and how is it relevant? In the Sikh religion, a Gurdwara is their place of worship and it translates to door to the Guru in the Punjabi language. The Sikh men in the beginning of the video are preparing food in the Gurdwara's langar. In Punjabi, a langar simply translates to kitchen. Sikhs do prepare food not only for their congregations in the Gurdwara, but also for people of other faiths who go into the Gurdwara. I'm talking about this here because the Sikhs are running around Warsaw taking care of the refugees' needs. Not only are they following their religion's teachings, they're doing this without the need to perpetually share it on sites like TikTok and Instagram. We can learn from them on how to help other people. Another case of someone helping out during this war is Archduke Ferdinand von Habsburg. Archduke Ferdinand has been renting multiple Airbnbs in Ukraine for the Ukrainian war refugees to stay in. So, who is Archduke Ferdinand and how is he important? This man is the second in line to the various thrones of the von Habsburg family. He's a successful race car driver from Austria who had enlisted for military service a few years ago and even became a frontliner during his time in the Austrian army. Archduke Ferdinand is using his wealth to help out the Ukrainian people during this time of war. He is exhibiting a virtue called noblesse oblige. Noblesse oblige is a French expression which translates to nobility obliges. This means that royals, noblemen, among other upper-class people in a given society have a responsibility and an obligation to serve people who are in need. Archduke Ferdinand also follows the parable of the faithful servant from the New Testament. Everyone to whom much is given, of him much will be required, and from him to whom they entrusted much, they will demand the more. This line helped inspire the phrase, "With great strength comes great responsibility" from Spider-Man. Instead of fake crying with fake blood on TikTok and running around with Instagram photo shoots, Archduke Ferdinand is truly helping people out in this crisis. Perhaps in this crisis, we can learn to stop virtue signaling and actually practice those virtues. We really need less virtue signaling nowadays. If one can afford it, do try to give some money and help to a charity that deals with Ukrainian refugees. Even if you can't afford it, please pray for a peaceful resolution to this war. Everyone involved in this war is in dire need of it. ranging from President Putin of Russia to President Zelensky of Ukraine to the civilians and soldiers of Russia and the Ukraine. Virtue signaling helps none, but truly practicing the virtues helps us all.